they prorated the center, because I still would have to have a contractor to do the upper part, Brookdale. That's in addition to what, but the way they break it down is, we get the lawn mowed free from housing. We don't get charged the lawn by us, but we do get charged for the snow. And that's how we related the cost to the ADRC. This is what it took to keep that building there, the lights and everything. And you're gonna find that out with the county. You better have your numbers exactly. And when I went with them to get $50 a month, I mean, it's like pulling teeth. I mean, it's a tough one. You better show 'em. And we did exactly, had to break it down. I went 5 years back to come up with a figure for snow plowing. That's a tough one to do. You get, sure, it's in our favor if you get 5 heavy years, your cost is there. But if you only show that it costs that much, light snowfall helps your budget for snow.
So what we're saying is that we are agreed to provide $5,000 a year for keeping the lights on, and $5,000 a year for keeping the lights on, and we're gonna look into seeing if we can do more than that.
Isn't it quarterly? We're looking at 5,000.
This is an
We'll see
annual.
whether-
Oh, for the annual, okay,
Yes.
that's what you're saying, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not quarterly.
Yep.
So that's gotta be made clear.
Yeah, per year, that's what we're agreeing to, and then we will look at, can we do better?
All right.
And, I mean, Gordy, you're gonna look with the United Foundation.
Yep.
And, I mean, I know you guys do some fundraising too, and let's all work together to see how we can get this done, but that's what we can agree to.
Think spot on.
Make sense, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. I just couldn't get past
Well, let's do. I
that it
think-
was so vague
Yep.
as to what we were doing, so,
Good.
thank you, Larry, that's good understanding, and, I'm perfectly good with that, 5,000.
It's a good starting point. We gotta
Okay.
start someplace.
Absolutely.
We have a motion, no second.
Do you feel that we have to put this extra line item in before we approve the budget?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking too.
So then I second.
Okay, can you just repeat that with what you all said? You said to agree to provide 5,000 per year.
The village
that was
is-
for 2019, right?
Well, for 2019, agreeing to $5,000 for 2019 to keep the lights on, and we will look into whatever else we can do in the near future here, for what else we can do, but that's all we're agreeing to is 5,000.
Yeah.
Now,
So in every town meeting, it needs to be on the agenda.
There you go. We
Sharpen
have a
your
motion,
pencil.
We have a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
That was by Bob Gajewski, you said,
Yes, Bob
correct?
Gajewski.
Okay, and roll call vote. The motion is to approve and adopt ordinance 56918, an ordinance adopting the 2019 operating budget for the village of Pulaski. And the board agrees to provide $5,000 per the year of 2019 for keeping the lights on, and look into whatever else we can do in the near future for the Pulaski Adult Senior Center, correct?
Activity Center?
Pulaski Adult Activity Center?
Is that the full name of it, Larry?
Pulaski Adult Activity Center, yeah.
Okay, and then roll call vote. Gordy Black,
Yes.
Bruce Birchkowski,
Yes.
Roger Birchkowski,
Yes.
Robert Gajewski.
yes.
Doug Prentice.
Yes.
Chris Smith,
Yes.
Reed Woodward.
Yes. Thank you all. Item number 6, to consider to approve and adopt resolution 1206-18, a resolution relating to the collection of state and county taxes by the village of Pulaski treasurer for Shawano County. This is an annual resolution that we have to designate where our money is going to, tax money is going to be.
So move.
Second.
By Bob, by Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 7, consider approving and adopt resolution 1207-18, a resolution designating designating Premier Community Bank, Pulaski, Wisconsin as the public depository of village tax funds for Brown, O'Connell, and Shawano counties for the year of 2019.
This is one for all of them. The one above Shawano County needs a separate one. That's why at number 6, that one is for Shawano County, and then 7 is for all of them.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consider to approve and adopt Resolution 1208-18, a resolution designating Premier Community Bank, Pulaski, Wisconsin as the public depository for tax incremental financing for TIF number 2 and TIF number 4, Brown County funds for incoming money for the year of 2019.
Make a motion to approve that.
By Roger,
Second.
second by Bob Gieske. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 9, to approve the Class B liquor and beer license application for Todd J. Zeichels. Did I say it
Very
right?
close, yes, we're good.
Pretty close, okay.
Did we get it?
Yes. we did. Todd is the agent, and it's 3814 East River Drive, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 54301, at the Mountain Bay TLZ LLC, Mountain Bay Bar and Grill, 104 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin, 54162. The current license holder is Jennifer Olson of RSOJLO Properties at Rustic Ridge LLC. Again, RSOJLO, 104 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin. The license currently held by Jennifer Olson will be needed to be surrendered and turned over to Mr. Zeichels.
And there's only one correction on there where I have Mountain Bay TLZ. It should be Mountain Bay TKKZ. That was okay with that. And then Todd, if you wanted to say anything, like when you plan on opening, or
Well, I don't know, we have an agreement to purchase. They have for sold signs now on the building, but we have an issue with the tenant in the apartment there. We are not trying to be jerks, we just want the building, we want the tenant gone, we have plans for that ourselves. We live in Green Bay at this time, we probably plan on moving to Pulaski here. And for the short term, that would be where we would be. Beyond that, looking forward to seeing some friendly faces, if you like good food. We also have a place up in Pulaski right now, the supper club up north there. Everything from burgers to prime ribs, you know, the chicken, the whole ball of wax. And we're way more food than we are party place. That's something we've emphasized for the last 12 years up north. Way more food. The laws have taken their effect on the drinking and driving, so you gotta make your money in the food business, and that's what we really go after, so.
Excellent.
Welcome to town.
Yeah,
Thrilled to see you.
we'll be there.
Would you say this location would also be like a supper club type of establishment?
Yes, it will not be full-blown supper club.
Okay.
Our place up north, we have a great blend. You can sit at the bar next to a guy who just came in from milking cows, and a guy sitting in a three-piece suit eating prime rib at the bar, you know, and our dining up there is wide open, so the atmosphere is a little bit different than it will be here with the separate dining room. I envision using that more towards the weekends in the dining area. That's there right now with the salad bar and all that, the buffet. There will be some of them type of offerings going on, but yes, it would definitely be more, like I say, way more food than party bar.
Awesome.
Don't get me wrong, we'll toss some back eventually, but you know, it's all about the food business to us. It really is, so.
Awesome.
Todd, do you like polka music? I'm better. It's
Good answer.
ironic, my brother owns a bar up north also on Lake Nottoway, and 3 weeks ago, there was a polka band from Pulaski. So I went over and met these individuals. He's the music teacher here in town. He lives up in Crivets.
Oh, Bush to
So I got to
Bush.
meet these guys. That's also part of my plan on a Sunday afternoon, probably once or twice a month at the establishment.
Wonderful.
So
You know something about folk music.
Well, a little bit.
I have to play to the crowd. That's what makes my
Welcome to Pulaski.
Thank
We
you.
got
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Gordy,
I'll second.
Chris,
And then with the contingencies with inspections by the building inspector, chief of police, sewer and water department, checking it out, and to follow all Village of Pulaski ordinances. And then the license currently held by Jennifer Olson would need to be surrendered.
It is sitting in the building, just waiting to be handed over.
We have motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 10, to consider approve the indoor entertainment license application for Todd Zeichus, Mountain Bay TKZ LLC, Mountain Bay Bar and Grill, 104 South Wisconsin Street, Pulaski, Wisconsin.
This would be his license that would cover his jukebox, and with, if he had any indoor bands, that would cover it with his entertainment license. And then I asked for the same contingencies that were stated in the liquor license.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Second by Roger?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 11, to consider and approve operator and bartender's license applications ending for 6/30/2020.
I have 3 of them. They're all for the Quick Trip. Kathleen M. Haynes, that would be Quick Trip. Sandra K. Stachinsky, Quick Trip. And Monica K. Wagner for Quick Trip. And then the same thing to Todd, if you have any
Once I get a
bartender
little closer,
applications.
I will get them to you. I have some that are gonna be transferring from up north that already have the license, so we just gotta get the paperwork taken care of.
Thank you.
Very well.
Okay, then we need a motion.
Motion to approve.
3.
I'll make that motion.
Bruce,
Second.
Bob, Kieski, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 12, department reports, Public Works.
Our leaf season has come to an end. We did remove the leaf vac today. Last year we did put it back on in spring and it worked well, so there will be a few week window in the springtime where we do have it back on.
So it's gonna snow, is that what you're saying?
Eventually, yes. That is all I have for Public Works, but sewer and water, I do have a little update. We did have a meeting Monday at Robert E. Lee with the DNR in regards to our water modifications. I think all in all it went pretty well. We will be needing to do some more studies for the DNR before we can do any modifications. So it is still ongoing and working through that. And the last thing is December 7th is Tom Rogers' official last day here. He will be retiring, and I'd like to give him a, thank you for all of his hard work and dedication. If you see him in the next week and a half, make sure you thank him. He'll be missed. And that is all I have.
So no gathering for Tom, or?
We might meet up as a crew. Yeah.
Okay. If you do, let us know. Please.
We will.
Thank you.
Yep.
Probably could have it as to Rustic Ridge.
There you go.
Police Department.
I have a couple things. The sheet that you have I presented to the board is a breakdown of the calls year-to-date for the 2018 year. At one of our economic development meetings, it was brought to my attention that, geez, we write out a lot of OWIs and stuff like that. I have the number breakdown. It's 10 for the year, so it's 1 a month or less. That's not a huge number. It's not something that jumps out at me. Some of the categories have a 4 to 1 on the traffic warnings versus traffic citations. It's just numbers for you to look at what we do. 2,450 calls this year so far year to date. That number will probably increase about 200 to 300 between the next 30 days before we close out a year. And it will be about 200 calls above what last year's was. The other thing I have is I want some direction from the board. The K-9 fund is something that we raised money for, and it was something that was extracted from the $8,000 out of our budget. For this year we proposed it, but then we took it out at the end. So we made a payment recently for the dog, and we're down to the last $20,000 that we owe. They have $14,000 in their account. We could pay toward the principal and save that, is it 3% interest I think we're at?
Around there,
It's around 3% interest on it annually. I don't want to make this, without asking your opinion on it, I'd like to have some direction from you. Do we want to pay, next year's in advance, cut the interest a little bit? That leaves me no room in case something were to happen to the animal for vet bills, or, something, a mishap that could occur. There's always that possibility, but then we could also have the possibility we could save the interest money of a few $100s too.
How much you want the dog?
It'd be about $20,000 left, there's
It's actually the
14,000.
vehicle.
Yeah, it's a vehicle that's left, we're
Okay.
funding the whole thing
Gotcha.
through donations. So we'll have $14,000 left out of the 20 that we have toward the 20 that's left. I can pay in advance on the payment, we can leave it and just pay next year. We're guaranteed we'll have a $10,000 for next year, pay it again. We would have to raise the extra $6,000 in the next year, then the calendar year, to make sure that we fulfill that obligation. We have our spring run, and the other canine benefit is the fall of the year, we have the bowling. Between those two events, usually we raise about the $6,000, it'd be very close. What do you want me to do as far as those funds go? Do you want me to take a chance? You don't want me to take a chance? Do you want me to just leave it alone? What's your feelings? I want some direction from the board.
Well, I don't think you can drain it, like you said, in case something happens, you have something there to
Fall back.
fall back on. So it's gotta come someplace if we take it all out.
This day and age, paying 3 or 4% is reasonable. I think that's my feeling.
Okay, so you just want me to leave it alone, and then we're guaranteed we can make the next year's payment of the $10,000 annually that we need to make, but then we'll need the next year, and next calendar year, we'll have to raise that $6,000 left. And then we paid for the dog through donations and a car. Now, this is where we had to think about where we're going in the future, because we did not do that with Raider, and we paid the price at the end trying to raise the money for it. So I will then tell them to just hang tight with not transferring any money, just leave it
Well, that
alone.
was just my suggestion.
Yeah, I think we need to be cautious.
Yeah, I agree, so, too, I mean, to save $300, that's not really a material amount, that's
No.
gonna,
You go once to the vet and it's gonna be gone.
yeah, right. So I guess I would agree with that.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, is just some input on this, so that I make the right decision here, because it involves $10,000 worth of spending. So, thank you.
December 1st for no street parking?
It is. We'll start out with a friendly reminder that we give as a warning for the first week or so. And then after that, obviously, we're gonna start to see the snow, and when there's snow removal, there'll be citations. So. Did anybody have any questions on this at all? I mean, take it home, look at it, it's
Pretty phenomenal numbers if you look at it.
It's broke down into different categories for you to see what type of calls will go out.
Karen and Jody, did you have anything?
No.
Under communications, the regular village board meeting will be Monday, December 3rd, 2018, at 6 PM at the Pulaski Village Hall. And the Economic Development Ad Hoc Committee meeting is set for Tuesday, December 11th, 2018, at 7:30 a.m. at Premier Community Bank.
I think Quick Trip's having a ribbon cutting on the 3rd also?
Monday, 1
Monday,
o'clock.
right? 1 o'clock?
Yes.
1 o'clock.
That goes along with the whole week of the We Believe celebration
Yes, yep.
in the community.
And so with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. 5:48.
So moved.
Bruce,
Second.
second by Bob. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all. And have a good